Hey guys. So you probably read the thumbnail. I'm quitting WoW, and let me just explain. Okay. First of all, I want to start off by apologizing. I know a lot of you guys have gotten a lot of use out of my WoW content, and I have been more than happy to put these videos together to learn about the game and to kind of forward that information on to you so that you guys can have a better gameplay experience. It's just, you guys, I'm bored. All right, but it's not just that. It's 100% not just that. WoW is a game that requires a decent amount of time investment. Now, granted, not nearly as much as in Classic, right? Definitely not nearly as much as in Vanilla, or, you know, back in the golden age of WoW, as a lot of you guys put it. But even today, I mean, for me, with working full time and trying to maintain the channel, you know, I put probably anywhere from 10 to 40 hours into every single video each week, trying to stay consistent in the gym. You know, it only leaves me 2 to 3 hours, maybe sometimes 1 to 2 hours, 2 to 3 days a week to actually play games. And I like a lot of different video games. And, you know, for WoW, for example, if you want to, I mean, unless you have like a weekly dungeon group or a weekly raid group or even like a battleground group that you get together with on a set schedule, it is just impossible to have an enjoyable experience in that amount of time. For example, I try to go into Mythic Plus. You know, I want to get my gear up. It's not my favorite type of content. Actually, okay, here's the thing. I like dungeons a lot. What I don't like about dungeons is, first of all, if you don't do them often and you don't have a group to do it with, you sit, you know, apply for 20 different dungeon groups. Maybe 1 or 2 of them will let you in, especially if you don't do dungeons very often. And then you got to sit around, you got to wait for a tank, you got to sit around, you got to wait for a healer. And then once you finally get into the dungeon, half the time somebody rage quits after the first wipe. And it's just really hard for me to have a good experience in this game right now, given the time that I have allotted to game. That's just kind of how it is. You know, the way I like to play WoW is I like to do my world content. You know, in BFA was just doing my rep grinds, and Shadowlands is doing the Covenant stuff. And while I'm doing that, I just queue for Battlegrounds. And that's just the way I like to play. And, you know, you guys all know that I'm more of a casual player, more of a collector. You know, I like to go out and I like to collect pets. I'll do that while I'm queuing for Battlegrounds. And don't get me wrong, it's fun. It really is. But here's the thing. Again, if I'm not doing competitive content, my item level is basically capped out at item level 200. Unless I had the time to actually sit here and get my daily conquest rewards from your daily BG, your daily arena game, and your epic BG, and sometimes your brawl if one's up. Sure, I could get my conquest gear up. It would take a little bit more time than everybody else, but I just don't have that time anymore. And to be completely honest, I haven't had that time. You know, I started this channel to pursue my dreams, to make something of myself, to express my creativity, you know, and that's exactly it, to create, to make something that I'm proud of and something that I'm interested in. And recently, you know, all of my game time has been going to WoW, and I want to play other games. And let me take a step back, because what I was going to say is, with the amount of time that I have to play Battlegrounds, it's like a 50-50 shot that I'm actually going to do good, because half the time everybody else on the other team is item level 220, 225, or whatever, fucking 5,000, whatever, higher than me. All right, and it's gotten a little bit better now that I've got my honor gear kind of into place. But it's like, for me, it's a roll of the dice whenever I log into WoW, if I'm going to have a good time or if I'm going to have a really shitty time. And that is not, you know, I've gotten to the point where I kind of feel stuck. I feel stuck, and it fucking sucks. Because first of all, like I said, I know a lot of you guys out there, my weekly watchers, even my not weekly watchers, but my people who visit my videos from time to time to get a little bit insight on WoW, a little bit insight on the Hunter class. I feel like I'm letting you guys down, and I have put myself into this position. It sucks, but it's also bittersweet, because I do at the same time have high hopes for the future of the channel. What I realized is that when you have a channel dedicated to one game, you are obligated to play that game whether you want to or not. And for me, like I said, when it's a roll of the dice whether or not I'm gonna have a good time or not, this is not what I envisioned my YouTube career to be. Now granted, I understand that it is a job. I understand that I am, like I told you, putting 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 hours a week into these videos, and I'm taking it really seriously. As you guys might know, I'm trying to improve the production quality of my videos. I'm trying to really round out my knowledge. I'm doing a lot of background research with every single video. A lot of background research. You guys should have seen, I had like 30 tabs open when I made the only BM Hunter guide that you'll ever need. That was probably the most time I've ever put into any video. And I love the process. I absolutely love the process. But I don't want to be stuck playing a game that half the time I don't enjoy. And I think a lot of you might be feeling the same way. I expected Torghast to be this awesome, great solo player experience that I was actually going to have some room to play, a decent amount of PvE and not have to rely on those situations that I was just describing to you with Mythic Plus. And Torghast turned out to be a complete dud. I mean, they sold it as this awesome experience. It's a roguelite. And I mean, sure, it is. They said the experience changes every time you play because you get the different abilities or whatever. Every run of Torghast that I do feels the exact same as the last. And it feels like, number one, it lasts way too long. Number two, I've done it a fucking 1,000 times and it's really boring at this point. And I hope you guys are still having fun with WoW. I really do. I think the game has huge potential. I think Blizzard is making a lot of shitty moves recently. I think the idea that I get is that Blizzard is making World of Warcraft for them. They're making a game for them instead of for the players. Just very restrictive as far as what you're allowed to do. For an example, switching covenants. I mean, we said that we wanted to be able to switch covenants, and for me, you have to go through, it was like 2 quests where you have to grind out a shit ton of world quests or dungeons. Granted, you can grind it out if you just do a bunch of dungeons. That's not fun for me, especially doing heroic dungeons to skip the waits, but you don't get any good rewards from that. So what I ended up doing is just doing those quests in the background while I queued for Battlegrounds, and it took me like a fucking week. Or actually, no, it took me like 2 weeks because, like I said, I only have like maybe 6 hours a week to play games. Given how much time, it used to be like 40 hours a week that I would play games, but now that I'm working on the channel, that time has been drastically cut down, and it has been completely worth it, mind you. I absolutely love content creation. I love editing. I love the creative process. I love designing thumbnails. It's like a game in and of itself, and it's really fucking fun. And I think a lot of you guys who are dedicating serious time to WoW would seriously enjoy content creation, and honestly, I think you might be able to deliver a lot better content than I have. Not to say that my content has been bad, but only being able to dedicate 6 hours to a game like World of Warcraft, there's stuff you miss. There's details that you miss. I feel like only now has my knowledge of WoW become actually pretty well-rounded, and my confidence level in making videos on the Hunter class or on World of Warcraft, my confidence in making those videos has only just gotten to a point where I feel like is acceptable. I've kind of just been faking it till I make it, and I think I've done pretty well. And I hope you guys have too. My subscriber count says that you guys are enjoying the content, and I just want you guys to know that when I look at my subscriber count, I don't see a number. I see a crowd. I see a crowd of people who are looking forward to my videos every single week, who are thanking me in the comment section, having great conversation, and just overall, I think that I've built a very positive community, and just the experience on the channel, I think, has been above and beyond my wildest expectations, and I have you guys to thank for that. And it makes me sad to know that after this video, a lot of you guys are gonna be leaving. It makes me really fucking sad. But I'm also gaining, a renewed sense of enthusiasm and a renewed sense of optimism as far as my channel. I want to put my all into every single one of these videos, and I'm just not, because I'm not feeling WoW anymore, you guys. But for those of you who do stick around, for those of you who are here for BLUMONKEY, first of all, I fucking love you guys. I fucking love you guys. The future of the channel looks very bright. First of all, I have started another channel. All right, it's called Capture the Frag, and I'll link it down below, and I really encourage you to go subscribe. It is all shooter gaming news. Now, I know there's a ton of gaming news channels out there, a ton, an absolute shit ton. The shooter genre, as far as gaming news, is a niche that has not been covered by YouTube, and it is a niche that's going to allow me to not only spend a decent amount of time diving into the culture of gaming and obviously the latest news, but it is a channel style that is going to allow me to not have to be anchored to a specific game and kind of allow me to spend those 6 hours a week playing whatever games that I feel like playing at the time. You know, I'm a multi-game person. I usually have one game that I main, and then I have about 6 others that I play in the background, and I would just very much like to get that time back to enjoy myself instead of being shackled to WoW. That's just where I'm at. The future, don't worry though. XBLUMONKEY is still sticking around. The XBLUMONKEY channel is still sticking around. This channel will be more focused on gaming culture. This channel will be more focused on gaming philosophy, gaming ideals. Matter of fact, my next video that's going to go up is going to be called Gamers, Why We Play. A lot of introspective pieces, a lot of thought-provoking conversation starter pieces, and you know, some movie reactions. You know, like, I don't know if you guys saw my Venom trailer reaction that I put out a couple weeks ago. You know, some pop culture stuff, and I'm gonna try to get into shorts a little bit. And I think I just need a little bit more variety, you guys, because this dream job, granted, I mean, I'm getting paid virtually nothing. This dream job has turned into just a regular old job, and working 40 hours a week at a regular old job that you don't enjoy so much, it's just not where I expected to be at this point in my YouTube career. Granted, it is very early in my YouTube career, but it is time for me to branch out. It's time for me to spread my wings and fly. And I really, really, really hope that a lot of you guys stick around. You know, I've engaged with hundreds, if not thousands of you guys in the comment section over the last year and some odd months, and I've had a blast. I've gotten to know some of you guys. I've given you shout outs in my videos. You guys have given me pointers and critiques. You guys have given me advice. You guys have cheered me on. You guys have done I can't even say it. What you've done for my self-confidence is amazing, and you will never, ever understand. But this is the deal. This is the deal now, guys. Sad but true. You know, as Metallica said, people don't generally like that song, but I tend to like it. Getting back to the point, though, I encourage you to stay subscribed because, like I said, I have built relationships with you over the past year, and I'd really like to continue those relationships. And I think the content that I'm going to be putting out is going to be still just as good and just as useful, not just to World of Warcraft players, but to gamers of all kinds. So I am willing to take the sacrifice, and to those of you who don't stick around, farewell, Godspeed, and safe travels in your journey. And for those of you who do, appreciate you guys. And I just want to add here, before we take off, I just want to add that this does not mean that I will be gone from WoW forever. My re-interest in WoW came in the middle of Battle for Azeroth. Okay, one of the most notoriously terrible expansions and experiences in all of World of Warcraft history. And I still came back to the game and I had a great time. And that's because of the way I like to play the game. But as of now, it's just, it's not for me anymore. My time here has come. But not to say that, you know, 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, maybe 5 years from now, who knows? Who knows? But you can count that in the future, World of Warcraft will buzz its way back into my field of view. It will buzz its way back into my mind and pique my interest once more. And then, you know, when that happens, we'll be back at it making Hunter content. And I just feel like, again, for the people who do decide to stick around, any game that I play in the future, no matter what it is, if there is a Hunter class, if there is an Archer class, if there's a Ranger class, I am going to play that class for you guys. XBLUMONKEY, right? And his loyal viewers have come to expect hunter content on a week-by-week basis, and so XBLUMONKEY will remain, when applicable, a hunter channel. Guys, I love you so much. I'm sorry to drop this news bomb on you. Again, it's really bittersweet. I hope you guys stick around. I hope you guys see the bright future that the XBLUMONKEY channel has to offer. Once again, go check out Capture the Frag, link down below. If you play shooter games, I actually just put out a video on that channel just the other day. Let me know what you think. And until next time, guys, until next week, remember the video, gamers, why we play. That's what we'll be talking about next week. For those of you who are there, I'll talk to you then. Peace.